Hello guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time I'm a little sick. I don't know what happened. I started to feel better, and then all of a sudden my cold came back and it was just ugh. But anyways, today we are talking about Transformers Robots in Disguise, Combiner Force, episode 26, aka the 71st episode. This is Freedom Fighters, and it is also the series finale of the show entirely. And basically what happens is, without spoiling too much, Bumblebee's team goes after the High Counsel at Cybertron. Meanwhile, the All-Star team with Optimus Prime, Windblade, and whatever else goes after the Autobots on Earth, who are starting up this huge ground bridge to bring over an army of Autobots to invade Earth. So, basically, without again spoiling too much, that's what happens. I will say this though, you do get to see Cyclonus and all the other characters from the Galvatronus set in their full form, so they're not just sticking with that Autobot look. So in case you guys are wondering, yes, they do have their Decepticon forms, and they actually look pretty good. So what do I think? I feel like we should have had more episodes with Cyclonus, because it feels like this just dropped out of nowhere, and it feels like we need a little bit more to really grasp at the whole thing going on. Now, Cyclonus and his team has been kind of pushing the B team for a while now. In fact, the entirety of the Autobots, pretty much. But you don't really get to see the behind the scenes of it. So when they do finally show themselves, it doesn't really feel like a huge impact. It feels like pretty much any of the other Decepticons, because we've seen those Decepticons for a short time too. In fact, Menasor and the Stunticons get more screen time, and they feel like they've impacted more than Cyclonus ever did. But that's just me personally. Again, they have been pushing the B team just behind the curtains, but it doesn't feel like a huge impact. This episode is a lot of action, which is pretty good. There's a part in this episode, a huge chunk of it, where it gets pretty good. And things start to happen, and it's pretty fun. But I feel like it could have been bigger, but considering that we've been dealing with other, I guess, big moments within this season, you know, this isn't bad, but it's kind of funny, because this feels, while I'm complaining about Cyclonus, it still feels more impactful than whatever happened with Soundwave, and whatever ended up with the Stunticons and stuff like that. Which is kind of shocking, because Soundwave is such a big deal for Transformers, Robots in Disguise, and Prime, just to kind of end it off with kind of like a lackluster thing. So, I do like the episode. I thought it was fine, you know, in general, without going too much into detail, without boring you with all the whatever happens in the episode. I thought it was a fine episode. It's just, I feel like we should have had at least one more episode to really get the impact of what's going on with this. Or to really venture into Cyclonus and all the characters around that, and all this and that. Because it doesn't feel rushed. It just feels like they could do more. But as far as this episode is concerned, it's not bad. I did enjoy it. And what's my opinion of the series as a whole? It has a lot of ups and downs. Basically, I love Transformers Prime. I know a few people who don't, but I love Transformers Prime. Seems cool all of a sudden to hate it, but I still like Transformers Prime for what it is. It definitely does not compete with Transformers Prime, but they were trying something different. However, I'm going to mention this. I recently watched the Voltron series in its entirety, and I feel like something like that should be done with Transformers, and they could easily do it. Now, we are going to have another series called Transformers Cyberverse. If I have to be honest, I'm not totally excited for it, but we'll have to wait and see. But I personally would love something like Voltron. I know I shouldn't really expect something like that to come out of Transformers. You know, they can do whatever they want and whatnot. And if this is how they want to go, that's fine. It's just, personally, I feel like if they went the Voltron way, oh my god, that'd be incredible. With the writing and the animation and all that, it would be great. So, that's just my personal opinion. But again, as far as this episode is concerned, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Steeljaw makes a return, which is always good. Great to see Cyclonus and all that. So, yeah, that is pretty much it. I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads, and I'll see you guys next time.